Okay, this video is going to be entitled Understanding Overpass, and so like all my other videos, I'll just go over the map on both T and CT sides, and I'll be talking about basically oh my god, dude, I'll be breaking down the map entirely, and it's gonna be I'm gonna go in depth and when I explain how to play the map, and that's pretty much it. So I would just like to start the video by saying I dislike this map. If I were on a pro team, I would probably ban this map every single time, because I don't think because I think that unlike all the other maps, I mean, Overpass is a map where on T side your defaults are never 100% safe. Like, every single time you want to take control of something, you're risking quite a lot on the opposite side. So I got my timer going. Let's just hop in. So since there are no, I don't think you'll ever see a defined default that every single team uses, right? On every single other map, you'll usually see a defined default that almost every single team uses. Right, Inferno with 2-1-2 is it's like the most popular one. Dust 2, you would usually see a 2-2-1. I'm starting from the B side, obviously, to the A side. What other maps? On Mirage, you would usually see a 1-3-1 or a 1-2-2-1. Cash, you usually see a 1-3-1. So on this map, I feel that you need to be able to take water control on some, like on, let's say 50% of the rounds, you on your 50% of your gun rounds you want to take water control, and the other 50% you want to focus more people towards party. So I'm gonna explain both defaults and how to run them efficiently. So from what I've seen from the pro team and from my experience, I've noticed that the most efficient way and fast way to take bathroom / connector control is to use 2 smokes to do that. So what we want to be doing is smoking here and smoking here. Now what that does is that it denies an early peek from the opper and a late peek as well, right? So since you can't have your opper posted on 5 different angles, it's not safe for you to just to not smoke something, flash it, and then never peek it, right? Because these angles, like operas can just wait here and just slow peek you, or they can come here and slow peek to get information. They can do that as long as they know that nobody is close up because their teammate is playing here. As long as they know nobody's in bathroom, they're free to peek aggressively at any time, at any point in the round. So you want to make sure that doesn't happen. Overpass on CT side is a map where the way I usually look at my T side is I'm going to look at how will the CT side play. What are the tendencies? What do most people what do most operators do? And in my opinion, most operators almost every single operator is going to look for an early pick. And on this map, early picks are really easy to come by, and even mid-round picks are really easy to come by as well. So you want to deny those picks while still taking map control. So you would want to smoke here, or slightly deeper if you want. You can smoke here as well if you want. But I would like the first smoke better, in my opinion. It's a more passive one. You would want to smoke here. Then you would want to pop flash over. So like I'm gonna be going over the first default. So in numbers wise, you want to have 1 guy outside long, 1 guy in connector, 3 there. And the way you want to do this is, so when you come here, you can count pop flash or nade stack, whatever you want, and post up and wait a couple seconds for them to for them to play aggressive on you early in the round. And then as soon as you know that, then you're gonna have your riflers walk up here or run up, doesn't really matter. Then you're gonna pop flash again. Then you can set up smokes from here as well. I've got no clue where this is gonna land. God damn it, that wasn't terrible. But I'm pretty sure you can smoke both of these areas from around here. Oh, there it is. Wasn't bad. So you want to be smoking this, then pop flashing, and you basically don't want to stop. So you're in my opinion, the way you want to take control of all of these areas is you want to clear connector first. And so if the CTs are playing connector and they're smoking you off, they're smoking this guy off, you want this guy to be able to pop flash deep for you guys as you guys are, you know, dropping connector, clear it. At the same time, you also want this guy to pop flash the smoke, that way he can make his way his way up with you, right? So say the CT is playing right behind his smoke, you don't want the CT to be there as you guys are clearing bathroom, because I mean he's basically holding a really off angle on you, so he's gonna get a kill or two. So you want to synergize. Even if he's smoked off, he can still pop flash for you and then flash for himself to get out. At the same time, whether you notice that the CTs like to break open the door or just open it and have an operator posted early on it, you can always, or even a rifler, you can always smoke, like he can smoke it or molly it, right, at the beginning of the round. If he's too scared, you can always molly this or smoke it, depending on, you know, it's usually you want to do this depending on how the CTs play connector in water area. If they like to press to get control of these two spots every single round, then you want to make sure that you adapt to it the second time it happens, and you don't just get stuck there. And this is usually when, like against teams that play heavy connector and heavy connector slash door, these are the teams where you want to go, where you want to do your water control. I fight fire with fire. That's my mentality. That's my philosophy in this game. I'm an aggressive player and I've got an aggressive mindset. So I'm an aggressive in-game leader. Like I said, I fight fire with fire. Usually when I see 4 people or 3 people somewhere, I want to send 5 people in that spot if I think that it's a takeable spot, right? Like in my opinion, this area favors the T side more than the CT side. All these angles, all these close range angles favor the T side in my opinion, especially because like he can just flash here and it's gonna fucking destroy half of the angles. So just like I think water favors the T side as well. I think this area favors the T side. So what I mean by favoring a side, I mean that if you send your B players, like usually you're gonna send 2 players to take water control, I can overtake you with 3 or 4 easily every single fucking time. There is no way I should be losing this. This is what I mean. Now if the CTs like to send 2 people here and the 1 guy door and everybody's speaking, that's something else. If they send whenever a team sends 3 people at the same spot, it means that they're a lot weaker at the extremities. So like if I see that a team like plays 3 towards connector and water every single round, then if on my first try of countering them, right? So a good way of countering that, in my opinion, would probably be have your first spawn come here and then molly he'd molly this area. And then you would have this guy do the exact same thing. As soon as he comes back, he's just gonna molly. He's probably gonna get smoked off, right? And then you want him to spam behind the smoke. And then these guys, you know, they throw the molly. And the flash I like to use is this one. Is very straightforward, and it makes these people dodge the flash and these people dodge the flash. So you never stop. Because I haven't found one pop flash from here that blinds the boost and any of these angles right here. And I mean, so technically since you're mollying, and actually no, that's what I meant. So we're gonna go back to the first default where you go courtyard. So you want 1 guy connector, 1 deep B, 3 people courtyard. You want to take courtyard control. You want to smoke this and this without peeking it. Or you can always, if you have an operator, you can always flash and then have your operator posted for a couple of seconds and then smoke it. And then once you've done that, you want to go down connector with the guy deep there who's going to pop flash for you, and you want to take connector control with 3 people. Then you want to go up. Then the third guy, the third rifler right here, his role is to cover your ass. So your 2 entry fraggers, I'm always these 2. Whenever you see a group of 2 people, and in my defaults, that's where you want your 2 entry fraggers to be at. So these 2 guys, the 2 entry fraggers, they go connector to trade the kills and clear connector. Remember, this is still smoked. Because I mean, taking connector doesn't take fucking 18 seconds. It takes 3-4 second stops. you want them that as soon as they've cleared it. So you're the third rifler who was holding connector back there. He's gonna come up on the stairs, and he's gonna be the one looking at the smoke or the boost, while your team ball flashes the smoke. They get in, and they clear this part of the bathroom. And if a safer way of doing it would be to as soon as you're out of the smoke and you haven't seen anybody, you can always flash off the wall and peek with the flash. That would be a safer way of doing it. But still, in my opinion, two people, CTs will never send two people inside of this graffiti, because if they do that, that means that they're not controlling this. So, and at the same time all of this is happening, you want your opera to make his way up long. He's going to be holding for a couple of seconds, and as soon as you guys have made your way up bathroom, you want this guy to be pop flashing for himself. There are different ways of pop flashing. I like flashing like this. You can always flash like this, I guess. That was way too short, rip. That'd be much better. Yeah, or I mean, actually, in my opinion, yeah, I would probably flash over. So I would either throw that flash, or if anything, I would walk backwards and then throw a flash. That way, it really blinds people that are playing behind rocks. Because this guy's not getting blind. He's not gonna get blind by a pop flash that lands right there. So you want to flash over this wall. You want this guy to pop flash, and you guys, your role is to peek out with the flash. So he's gonna flash, and then with his flash, you want to peek a tree, and then you want to swing wide on the left side, and then on the right side to clear his close angles, and then he's gonna be able to swing wide with you as soon as you've cleared a tree in this, and hold this. And then make his way up. He can toss a second flash if he wants to rip my KC mechanics. Oh my god. He can toss another flash and hold an angle right here, or even flash further in to peek the guy holding this. And you want him to either post here or just fall all the way back and come with you guys. So as soon as you've cleared long A, you want to make your way back into bathroom. Now this smoke's gonna have it's gonna probably fade by then, and same thing for this smoke. And depending on how CTs like to play, some CTs like to keep this smoked out for themselves. So if they like to do that, then I would actually I wouldn't mind. It's like it doesn't really prevent me from taking deep bathroom control. So I would come here, and I would probably shoulder peek all these angles. I would also flash off of this. That would push the upper back. So this guy right here, as soon as he sees the flash, he's gonna have to dodge for half a second and then peek back. So it gives you information on where he is, and at the same time that's a good pop flash for someone peeking here, someone holding here, although he could probably hear it, and then someone holding here. So I'm gonna toss that flash, and the same group of two riflers are gonna come and clear deep bathroom control. Now, notice how I always mentioned that you guys you would never die, right? I'm still assuming this is a 5v5, right? Now if you guys you've traded a kill and it's now a 4v4 after you've taken, I don't know, either connector or bathroom control, then you still want to make sure that two of your players are stuck together clearing these spots. So and this is where in my opinion you're gonna lack pressure on the opposite side. This is where you give up connector control at that point. So if someone wants to late flank you, they're gonna be able to. And then you want this guy to come with the secondary rifler and come clear these spots. You don't want to push your luck. You don't want to peek this or any of these spots. You really don't want to do that. A thing you can do is, if your operator is comfortable doing it, you can flash over and have a rifler swing wide with the flash, and the rifler is going to get the information off of that flash. I mean, he's going to see where the operator was, or hear a shot or something, and he can make a call. I mean, if he doesn't, that means the operator's not there. I mean, at least he wasn't peeking by then. And then you can have your operator posted on one angle. You never want your operator to be too wide. So if say you would want to hold this angle, then you would have to, and actually that angle would be an angle I would hold with a rifle. So I would probably send my operator post after the flash posted here for like 5-6 seconds. If after 5 seconds the CT operator hasn't peeked, it means he's not there. It means it's unlikely for him to be to be behind the default boxes. So yeah, that's it. That's something you can do to get a pick. And then what you want to be doing is actually, if you want to execute on A, I would recommend. So right at that point, by the way, just so your B player is free to try and make a play. He doesn't have to, and like if he's comfortable in walking and seeing if what's up in water, he can do it, because that gives you a lot of information. But he doesn't have to. So you need to know that you've giving up, like by going bathroom early, not by going what's it called, party early, you're giving up water control, and without water control as terrorists, you're pretty much stuck going to A, in my opinion. Because if the CTs wanted to dedicate 2 people to hold this area, they're basically, I don't think you can't really take water control mid-round, in my opinion, effectively without using at least 3 people and a couple of mollies, a molly and probably 2 flashes. And that's just, in my opinion, way too much utility mid-round to use, because you're giving way too much information to the CTs. Even on a map where rotations are quick for both, it's still, to me, it's not useful to use a smoke and a molly. Then you'll probably have to boost someone for information, and then you're gonna pop flash and hope to God that you can trade the kills. Hope to God that this guy's not playing an off angle right here. It'd be right here, or that he's not playing here crouched. I'm just waiting for you guys. Because like, I mean, that's just it. To me, water is a little too risky if you don't take it off right off the bat. That's just my perception on it. So yeah, once you've got bathroom control, this is when you want to see if you can execute an A strat, right? And by the way, it's not because you don't have water that you can't go B. Like, you can always go all the way back to E-spawn and go along B. I mean, it's not a terrible thing. It probably wouldn't be the smartest thing to do, but it's something you can do. And so back to this A site. So there are 2 different executes. Whenever I want to execute on A, I'm gonna split 2-3. It's gonna be 2-3. So like what I want to see happening. Actually, it's gonna be 2-2. My lurker is always towards B, so my lurker is almost never with me when I execute on the site, because the information he can get, if he can get a pick at B, that means B side is clear. By the way, if he can just peek along B, he's gonna get so much information and he's gonna keep going. And if he doesn't see anybody, I mean, it doesn't mean that B is clear, but it usually means that fuck, actually I'm not gonna explain this, because technically if the CTs were to take water control and they would retain it, that means that they're gonna send either it's gonna be a 1-1 or a 2-1, 2-1-2, right? They're gonna have 2 people A, 2 people water, and one guy staying here. But usually it's gonna be a 1-1. So because once you've taken water control and it's like down to a minute, and you haven't seen any action from the terrorist, you don't actually need to keep 2 players there. So it's gonna be 1-1 or even a 0-2. Actually, no, that'd be terrible. It's gonna be a 1-1. So, like when you kill the sole player, the anchor at B, then you know that the rotated, like all you've got to kill, all you've got left to kill is a rotator. So he's either gonna be jungle or heaven, or I mean he could be here as well. He could be water as well. So to me that's why I want to keep a lurker at B, is because I know that when I put so much effort in taking bathroom control and pressuring the bomb site and denying information from the opper, so making sure that he's not peeking every single angle and you know, getting a shit ton of information. When I'm doing that, it kind of forces the CTs. It forces CT's hand to try and do something at B, and if my lurker is able to catch someone, then it's great. And if the CTs are just playing super passive at B, that means that they don't have any information at B. So, and since they don't have any information at B and at A, I mean, now we're golden as a T side. Like, but it's still like whenever I'm talking, there's a lot of ifs, and on my other videos you won't really see a lot of ifs, because there are standard setups on T side and CT side and standard rotations. On this map, I don't think there are standard rotations. I think people over rotate and they don't get punished for it because the rotations are so fucking fast. So yeah, basically going back to the default. When you've taken all of this, you want to split too long to courtyard, and then it's up to you. Now you have about 3 smokes left, so you can smoke this and this, and behind truck and do a plant strat, or on the truck probably do a plant strat, or you can smoke deep connector. I mean not connector, bank, and stairs, and just with a strat like this, you'd probably have to mount. Does this work? Oh, that's not even an angle. Rip. Wow, we probably have to do it like this. Nope. Why are these walls not straight? Do I look like I care? Yeah, I did it. I did it. So you probably want to molly off this spot, and then molly behind. Because I mean, you still have a couple of mollies, so you can always molly behind a bomb site, right? So you've smoked. You can molly. No, this isn't deep enough. And you can molly on the truck or behind right here. And you're gonna ball flash, and you're basically trading kill. So you want to synergize your courtyard player. So your upper is not gonna be long. Your upper is gonna be here. He's gonna be the one trading if someone over peaks. Then your 2 entry fraggers are gonna be at long, and then the third player is gonna be here. So these guys have the first contact. So the way it works is that you're gonna throw your mollies and your flashes, and these guys are gonna swing wide and clear close right here, as these guys do the same exact thing. I mean, as this guy does the same exact thing, and then since depending on the mollies you've used, this guy can either run right in front of truck to clear this, because a CT won't be able to be here. Or he can just peek truck and keep peeking truck and hold on the right side to on the front side of on the side of truck to clear this with his teammates, trade the kill, right? So if a CT, say you don't have him playing mollies and a CT's playing here, and like he kills both of your long players for some reason, then you want, like, this guy wants to be able to trade the kill as well. So, but still, in my opinion, they've got the first contact, because when they peek, I mean, as soon as they've peeked this angle, they're good. Like, you never want to peek this wide like this, because you're exposing yourself to all of these off angles. You always want to peek this and come here, come in front of hugging this wall. That way, you're not exposed to all these off angles. The reason you want the long players to have contact is because they can isolate most of the angles and only focus on one, whereas this guy, he's got to peek 30 different angles, right? So yeah, that's it. Did I have something else? Something to keep in mind when you take a site is to like, after you've thrown your smokes, we probably would want to wait 2 or 3 seconds before actually throwing the flashes in the molly, because what the CTs are going to tend to do is, like, if someone's playing right here and he sees all the smokes, he's going to have someone pop flash for him or something. So it's always nice to be ready for that pop flash. Yeah. Okay. Now the second default is gonna be ran like this: 1 outside B, 2 water, 1 connector, and my sole guy right here. This guy's role is to not over peak, so he can pop flash Jason cross if he wants, and he's gonna be holding long really passively, and he's gonna come back to or he can just hold party. These guys right here, what they want to do is so depending on how the CTs are playing, like if you feel like you need to molly, god damn, I suck. If you feel like you need to molly the ramp short B, then you can do it. But if you don't, like to me, like, simple takes what works. So this guy can always pop flash, and then you, oh my god, I remember there's a flash like this. And this guy can, the first guy with the better spawn is gonna come here, and you guys are gonna clear this, and you're probably gonna come up here, throw a couple of spams. And yeah, so you want to take connector at that point with this guy right here. So same things. Same thing's gonna be happening. He's gonna be shoulder peeking this, or he's gonna be totally on the left side, and he's gonna pop flash for you. Then you guys are gonna get open the door with a flash and clear these angles. You would want for this, you would want two ways. So like this guy's on whether he's on the right or the left side doesn't matter. You want to wait for this guy to flash and to peek with his flash. That way that you're all really close up when you're getting out of the door, and you can all trade with each other. Like you don't want this guy to be trailing behind as you guys enter connector, because otherwise you won't be able to trade effectively. Okay, now you're gonna take connector control. You're gonna transition that into bathroom control. So this is gonna require. I mean, I'm sure I can fucking come here, toss a smoke like this. That's pretty close. I haven't researched these smokes because I mean I don't play anymore, so I don't care. I don't even know why I'm fucking doing them. Had to be there, and oh, probably yeah, like this. That would work. No, who cares? So you want to be smoking that entrance, and you can have this guy, right? The guy who is holding a party. This is the operator. That's usually what I do with my operator, and this default. So he's gonna be holding really far back, where even if he gets pushed, he can just fall back. And if he gets contested without a flash, he can get one kill safely. It's a pretty low risk play for him to be there by himself. So I want this guy to pop flash. This area for you guys, and then you're all gonna peek out with the flash pretty wide. Then you can smoke it off if you want. You can toss this flash again, do the same exact thing. So like the third guy is gonna be the one holding flying. The two entry fraggers are still gonna do the same exact thing. Your opera is gonna do the same exact thing. So he's still gonna as soon as he's flashed and you guys have cleared close party, or if he's below here. And I mean, you smoked this, so you don't have to worry about these angles, and you've cleared close. I mean, all the close quarter angles. Then the operator can safely just move up, and you want him to move up. Obviously, someone could still be here, but and then you want him to just go back long again, take long A. If you want to be super thorough, you could have your two riflers clear this. I don't think any CT is ever gonna play there, so because he's exposed from fucking whatever the park. He's totally exposed from it. So yeah, you're gonna take bathroom control with the opper. You're gonna take long, and the opper can post. And usually you can always play off of information. So if your opper, if you've taken long, and your opper's posted, and like the opper's like he's not seeing any opposition. You want to leave your opper right here, and then have your other two riflers with the one I was holding still pushing this, and then once you've pushed all the way the CTs all the way back from here, and like they're not even jump peeking long or even spotting long, that to me is it usually smells an either really passive passive stack, or a free round for you guys. So what you want to be doing is you want to have a rifler come back to help your opper. This guy's just going to walk, and you're all going to base your execution off of contact. So the thing you never want to do is actually none. I'll take that back. So your opper is going to peek all of these angles. So like the likeliness of an opper standing here looking at long is very low because he's exposed from all of these angles. That's why it's safe not to smoke it if you're going long. And since your opper was always holding that angle, I mean, there's nobody's gonna be there anyway, so who cares? So you want your opper to walk peek, and you guys want to play it quite safe. So what you want to be doing is probably flashing over, and then crossing to close range angles where you can trade the kills if anything happens, right? So when you do a strat off of contact, usually on most maps you want to have a lot of people going to the place where you're walking, and then having someone stay here. So what you could do is have one guy here and then 3 long, But to me, long is such a cluster. It's such a clusterfuck of a speedway or of a alleyway, an alleyway. Like it's one ball flash destroys everybody here. So even if you have someone dodging flashes, it's still not that great. I find that having three here isn't great. So that's why I would have 2-2, and I would have these people trade with each other. So yeah, you want these guys to be able to come up close to these angles, and as soon as your opera spots someone or whiffs or whatever, this is when you want to smoke everything and then take it right away. What you don't want to do on a contact execute is not smoke anything unless you're really far up when you've made contact, right? If they're playing super passive, like this guy's playing behind the truck here and then his teammate's playing here, let's say, if they're playing like this and then you've made contact when you see that they're there, then you need to explode on them and trade the kills. But when you make contact and people can fall back safely, and even if you would explode on them, you still not get the entry kills, you need to smoke and enter side, because that means that they're playing super passive. They're gonna give up side, right? So you want to be smoking this, buying the bomb. GG, well played. Always have someone looking at flank. Usually I would want my flank, the guy watching flank, to watch it from a rather off angle slash aggressive angle. I don't want this guy to be here, because I never want to be squeezed. So like if he starts shooting and then ask for help, and then that means that there's a lot less people looking at here at this entire area, and then you can all get overwhelmed because two of your teammates are looking at flank, which I mean, usually you wouldn't need two people looking at flank. You never need two people looking at ladder flank on train. You don't need two people looking at A ramp, A main flank on cache, or the B main flank. There's only one guy at sunroom on cache, right? On train, the guy's either E box looking at flank or he's inside ladder. So you want a guy to be playing somewhat of an aggressive position, but at the same time a safe position, a position where he's got a huge upper hand in the 1v1 if the guy just walks up to him. That's it. So I went over both defaults. I remember saying I was going to go in depth. To me, this map has no depth to it. It's up to one of the reasons I don't like it is because it's way too wide. It's just too big of a map, and it's too much based off of random picks that you can get, and it favors like super aggressive operators that repeat constantly different angles, because you can't hold all of these angles at the same time. So I don't like the map. And every single time you want to take bathroom control, you need to give up something else, which is if you take bathroom control, then you always give up water. Unless you take water, yeah. On a default, when you go water, then you want to have your long B player not stay long B and then come here and play more of an angle right here. That to me is better than staying long B. If you got water control, you need to kind of keep it. If you don't keep it, then you're fucked later round if you want to go back B. Plus, whenever someone pushes long, they always flash push it, so you're always gonna get the information that he did there. Okay. I did not mention the T-pistol. And by the way, my default, what I just went through using the two smokes right here, is that's something that the team Dignitas does, and it's the only team that I've seen that know how to take the major parts of the map in a safe way, I'd say in a safe way, but it's still not safe. I think, in my opinion, there are no ways to take bathroom control safely without using 6 flashes. If you want to ball flash like this, peek wide, and then ball flash again deeper to flash the guy playing. Oh my god, both of these flashes got me. What the fuck? And flash even deeper to flash this guy, and then swing wide and come here. And then flash, you don't even want to peek this because you haven't blinded that guy, and you want to flash this again for these guys to come up and clear this. And once you've cleared this is right, you've used 3 flashes by now, and this is a 4th one. Now you're down 4 flashes, and then you're gonna have to use another flash to take control of that, and probably another one since you're not using any smokes. You're probably gonna want to push this guy back even further. So this is 5 flashes, a 6th flash to push that guy off. Now you're down. If everybody bought 2 flashes, you've only got 4 left for an execution. Oh, I'm not even talking about the fucking connector flash. That's why, I mean, trading 2 flashes for a smoke, in my opinion, is good. Okay, especially where in this game where flashes aren't really 100% dependable. Okay, we're gonna go on to the CT side. I didn't go over T-pistol. T-pistol is really straightforward. The Glock train, up connector to A is a good thing. Like meeting with some people up here. A Glock train at B is a good thing. A fast beef split is a good thing. Usually you want to use low utility, and that's it. Low utility. So usually what I want to do on every single map is have 2 people with nades and 3 people with Kevlar. On some maps like Mirage, I'm gonna have 3 people with nades because you need multiple nades to multiple smokes to smoke, like, because I mean, what I meant to say was there are multiple choke points to there are more than 2 choke points to smoke off when you enter a site. But in a map like this, I find that I mean, there's only 2 choke points here, and B, there's only 2 choke points, right? Jungle in here. You can always do a wall of smoke, but this one smoke right here, in my opinion, is plenty. On the pistol thread is plenty. Now, the way I would want to take B on a gun round, in my opinion, is I would do a wall of smoke, because I think that if you don't have pit control when you plant the bomb, I mean, you're probably just gonna lose the round. And if your execution doesn't allow you to take pit control in an effective way, meaning that you're like smoking, I don't know, like you're smoking here or something, that's not a great smoke. Because people can just play behind the smoke, like right here, and fuck you, and like they can get 1 kill and fall back, use the smoke as a tool. Whereas when you're smoking a lot deeper, yes, they can play a lot more angles, but at the same time, if they're playing any of these angles, they're like right on the ramp, they're all gonna get flashed. So it's not good for them. So the way I would take B is smoke heaven, these 2, and 2 mollies. I'd molly this, I'd molly here. I would have 2 long, 3 long, 2 short, and I would want to make contact at the same time. So I would pop flash with these mollies and everything, and I would want to have these guys, as soon as like they flash up here, to make contact right here with people on this ramp at the same time as these guys make contact. That way these guys can just freely right, like you've peeked everything, alright, everything's clear, let me flash pit for you, okay, and you want these guys to use that flash to kill the guys in pit. And that molly is really good because whenever a CT, like say a CT would be playing here, or he'd be playing on top of site, this, or he'd be playing right here, any of these angles, if he's able, like whenever this isn't mollied, all this guy's got to do is wait for his teammate to distract the long players for half a second. He's gonna get a couple of free kills. So that's why I like to molly it. So now we're gonna go over to the CT side. The way I would play CT side, I mean the way almost every single team plays it, is a 2-3, 2A, 3B. It usually evolves into a 2-1-2. So it's 3 early B for the early push, and then 2 people stay at B, and the 3rd guy goes back in and just decides to rotate back and forth whenever he wants to. Then you want your opper, in my opinion, to be this map, you want your opper to be mobile but at A most of the time. Like opping long B isn't that efficient, whereas like having your opper take a peek here, one round, and another round is going to be here, and another round is going to go early door, and some other round he's going to go aggressive long, right? So if your opper is peeking this angle right here, you want to play aggressive setups, in my opinion, on overpass. You don't want to give bathroom control, because passive setups on A rely way too much on you being able to early rotate a guy to defend it. Like 2 people can't hold A passively inside, they can't. Like you would need a 3rd guy, and even the 4th guy to be there pretty fast. That's why I don't like to give up a bathroom control, but I mean sometimes you will have to. But the key on CT side overpass, a little bit like Inferno, is to get an early pick. Whenever you get an early pick on that map, it really it opens up everything for you, right? So you can play a lot looser and a lot more passive at the same time. Like you don't have to worry, because on a map like it stretches the offense so much when you get a pick on overpass. They need to give up something completely to take bathroom control. They can't, because you can't take bathroom control with 2 players, and still maintain long A. Because whenever you want to take bathroom control, you want to make sure that the CTs haven't pushed long A, and they're not flanking connector. So you can't do that with 2 players. It's not enough. You actually need 4 players in this area to do it. And if you send 4 players here, then you give up. You're giving up entirely. You're giving up B entirely, right? So you can play super passive in a 5v4, but at the same time you can always play somewhat aggressive and take a little bit of risks. And like you want to take smart risks, right? You want this guy after his smoke, maybe like have the second B player come here. I mean, it always depends on the informations you're getting on the opposite side of the map. On overpass, I feel like when you know that a lot of utilities being used at one side, you need to abuse it, and you need to abuse the opposite side and do something aggressive on the opposite side. That's how I see overpass. Unless you have connector control. Now, if you have connector control, you can always get cheeky kills every now and then. Or if you have water control, you can always open the door mid-round and then have your opper posted here for a quick kill, and he's gonna fall back. These types of play, you can make these types of play instead of having to play super aggressive on B when you know they're A. But yeah, that's how I would play overpass. That's how I see most teams play overpass. You see a lot of time the long B player walk push long. You see a lot of time people what's it called? Take risks and jump peek over here, and if they don't see anybody, they're gonna delay push water with 2 players mid round. That happens. So getting an early pick is definitely, obviously it's in your advantage on every single map, but on a map like Overpass and Mirage, and I meant Overpass and Inferno, I feel like it stretches the offense so much that it not only that does it delay their map control, it also delays their it limits their options, and it makes their plays a lot more predictable. Okay, so yeah, 2A, 3B, you want to be able to have a mobile operate A, different setups, all the boosts, you can use all the boosts for picks. And I talked about aggression on the opposite side of the action. You want to have an aggressive water control early in the round that's effective, and it's going to be it's going to synergize with it has to be in sync with the what's it called, the connector push as well. Yeah, that's it. I think that's it. I don't think, in my opinion, it's not viable to play heavy bathroom like aggressive in a 1-guy connector. And then you guys, like, if you've peeked water and you've cleared it, and I don't know, you want to smoke this and have one of the players holding this while you have someone connector, helping with these peaks at the same time as you have an opper looking for a kill here and a rifler right here to trade. I don't think I don't think those setups, or I think those setups are a little too aggressive. Overpass to me on CT side is not a map where you go like full, where you put on full-on aggression. It's a map where you need to go aggressive when you have the information at the opposite side, or when it's really early in the round and it's safe aggression, right? You're just looking for an early pick. The good thing about overpass is that whenever you get pushed back, right, you can still get picked. You can still get kills, because if they flash you off from here, you can still come here and hold this angle, or you can still come back here and hold the connector angle, or you can still come. Actually, you can't do that. Rip. I was about to say something wrong. Or you can, boost up over here. You can reposition your opper and like have your rifler smoke this, and your opper is gonna do. Your rifler is gonna be holding behind the smoke, and your opper is gonna be peeking this, And if your operator feels like peeking really aggressive mid round, he can always pop. Oh my god, pop a flash, or he can just slow peek every single angle, and then have his this guy flashing over for him, and he can use that flash to peek wider here, and come here. Like, these are the types of plays you can make. You can always reposition to play somewhat of an aggressive angle, even if you've been pushed back from the first one. Yeah. That's it about city side overpass. City side overpass is based off knowing when to go aggressive, when to take risks, and overcommit a rotate to a side. So you don't want to over rotate. Like, you need to know that in order for terrorists to take B, to do a full B execution, they need control of water and control of I mean, obviously long B. And for them, there are so many ways of spotting them when they're water that it's really hard not to know when they're executing B. So that's pretty much it. Yeah, I think I'm done with overpass. This was such a fucking, like, although it lasted 45 minutes, I felt like I didn't give that much insight, because I feel like this map is so fucking bad that there aren't many ways. There aren't really. There's nothing I can go in depth of. Like, I can't really go over a default and explain why every single move in this default is safe and good. I can't, because none of these moves on this map, you're taking map control is not safe at all. It's not. It doesn't even fucking favor the terrorists, for fuck's sake. It favors whoever's getting good timing. Okay. That's it. Well, thanks for watching and listening to my rants and my lack of English in this late night of Wednesday. I was really tired. Okay. Well, good night, guys. I hope you've been entertained and you found this insightful.